If you're traveling to Spain next year, you need this information because the rules for traveling to Europe have changed. Next year in 2025, the EU is implementing a new entry-exit system called EES. It's an automatic biodata system that they're using to register non-EU citizens traveling into the EU. So with this system, they'll be able to see when you cross in and out of the EU and all of your personal info. Because this system is automated, all of those nice passport stamps that we all know and love, this is set to replace it. The purpose of this is for them to monitor travel patterns within the EU and for them to better track travelers that overstay. So here's what you need to know about the EES. You don't need to do anything prior to coming into the EU. What will happen is when this is implemented, you'll come into the EU and you'll register at a kiosk by scanning your fingerprint, having your photo taken, and then scanning your passport. Then you'll have a digital record that will be valid for 3 years, even if your passport expires. And this is totally free. You don't have to pay anything for this. At the time of filming this video, the EES is set to roll out in spring of 2025. Now, this has been pushed from 2020 to 2022 to 2024 and now 2025, so anything can happen. I will be staying updated with all this information, and as we get more information, I will also keep you guys updated, and I will do that with the pinned comment in this video and then also in the community tab. So if you're looking for any updates, you can definitely check those two places. If anything major changes, I'll probably just make a separate video. Now again, you don't need to do anything for the EES, but here is something that you need to do. 6 months after the new EES system is in process, you are then required to have an ETIAS travel authorization. This is also known as ETIAS. This is not a visa. This is a travel authorization. It's required for anyone who is a citizen of a country that does not need a visa for short-term stays within the Schengen Zone, so 90 days or less. So if you are a citizen of any of these countries, you'll need an ETIAS to visit any one of these countries. So the purpose of this is to increase security among visa-exempt visitors before they come into the Schengen Zone. So it's almost like a pre-screening. We do the same in the US for Europeans coming into the US. To get this authorization, you'll need to fill out an application online through their website or through their app once it's launched. The process should be fairly simple and straightforward, and ideally you're going to want to do this weeks before your trip. When you are first applying for the ETIAS, you're going to have to state which country you intend on visiting, and then after you're approved, you'll be able to visit all the other countries within the Schengen Zone. It's also important to note that having a valid ETIAS does not guarantee approval into any country. So for example, if you are visiting Spain and you have a valid ETIAS, you could still get denied entry because this falls under specific guidelines within Spain and their laws. This authorization is valid for 3 years or when your passport expires, whichever comes first. So if you get a new passport, you need a new ETIAS. So for example, if you get married and you change your last name and you get a new passport, you're going to have to register again to get a new ETIAS. It will cost around €7 to apply for anyone between the ages of 18 and 70. You cannot apply as a family or a group. Each individual has to have their own ETIAS. Family members of EU citizens with family member status, the application fee for you is also free. I also want to re-emphasize that this is not a visa. So if you are coming for longer, you're going to need a visa. So if you're doing a 6-month adventure in Europe, you're going to need a visa. So right now, their website has a pretty robust FAQ page, and I will link that down below along with some other good resources in the description box. So I know this was a lot of information and this could have been a little confusing. So here are some key takeaways. The EES, it's automatic. There's no application, no fee, uses your biometric data, and it lasts for 3 years, even if your passport expires. The ETIAS, you do have to apply, and you must apply before coming into the EU. It lasts for 3 years or until your passport changes or expires. So new passport, new ETIAS. Every traveler needs one, and there's a fee of around €7. Feel free to share this video with a family member or a friend that's traveling to Europe next year. And if you or they are coming to Spain for the very first time, I have some useful tips for you in this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.